Hello, I am James. Let me take my glasses off here. Um, I am an ascended master. The way this all came to be is I was born with these abilities and only realized them 3 years ago. Since then, I've been on a fast track. Everything that has been said about an ascended master, I can prove is accurate. I came to this because 3 years ago I was in the hospital with a very bad blood infection. They couldn't figure out where it came from, what it was, da 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 da. I know now that it was from a hernia mesh repair that perforated my bowel, and I'm fixing to have surgery to have that corrected and have it removed. I have fought this infection on and off again for the past 3 years. Since then, what happened was I was in the hospital. They were giving me medicines. I had lost almost 60 pounds, and then I was laying in bed. They had come in and they had watched me, and they were gone, and I just simply closed my eyes and slipped away. I didn't see a white light. I didn't see darkness. I was in, I would say, the most comfortable place I've ever been in my life. It was warm, it was safe, there was nothing threatening, ominous, no voices from the family going, come to the light, or any of this. What I did hear was 4 simple words, and it stunned me because, well, afterwards it stunned me. At the time, it just said, "You ain't done yet." Now I know that it was my higher self speaking to me, and wham, I was back in my body with awake, alert, feeling good. My health continued to improve. After that, I came home. I was at home, and 3:33 every morning. It didn't make a difference. It was a car, it was a plane, it was a motorcycle, it was a dog, it was a cat, it was whatever. I would wake up wide awake, and I would see a woman with piercing blue eyes. All I would get is this part, and it literally drove me nuts. I mean, I didn't know why, I didn't know what. It was aggravating. I was trying to find answers. Why is this happening? I met a lady in Europe named Nay. Hey, Nay. I love you like I love cheesecake. And one morning, not about 3 months later, I woke up and I got an instant migraine. I got an instant download of everything. And when I say everything, I'm not exaggerating about this or that. I'm talking instances all throughout my life, from my earliest childhood right on up to just before I passed and came back. And it gave me a migraine for 3 days, and I was sitting there sorting it out and this and that, and I thought I was going nuts because I had this feeling like I was God. I know what it sounds like, but it's the feeling that I had when I realized this, and I was able to look back. Sorry, C-130 going over. I was able to look back and see this and go, oh snap, I actually did that. I don't know how I did that. what was the, huh? It was, it was very, very wild, and it's been wild ever since. Friend of mine, I won't throw her under the bus. Well, yeah, well, Kayla, love you. I went with her, and she wanted to go and look at gems, crystals, and that. And there's a couple of areas here in Arkansas where you can go and do that. And we went, and my hands had been killing me. I mean, they felt like they were on fire. I could feel energy in them. I mean, they just hurt. And everybody had told me about this grounding thing. You go touch a tree, or put your palms on the tree, or go outside barefooted and sit down and put your palms on the ground, dissipate the energy. Okay, I tried it. Yeah, about that much help. Okay. Anyway, me and Kayla go to these crystal shops. One is called Earthbound in McCain Mall, here, a local mall in North Little Rock. And this young lady was rubbing her knee, and she was an employee there. And I go, "Can I help you?" And she goes, "Huh?" And I said, "Would you mind if I took care of your knee for you? Took the pain?" She's like, looking at me sideways. Again, we're in Arkansas. This is not something, they may have geodes and they may have cards and they may have this and that. The employees there are still rural Arkansans. And anyway, she said yes, and I walked up and I placed my hands on either side of her knee for a count of 3, and she went, "Oh my God." I said, "What?" She said, "The pain's gone." I said, "I know." She's like, and I can't remember the young man's name. She called him, and he came over, and he's like, "What?" And she explained what I had done and how her knee felt. C-130s are active today, sorry. Okay, there we go. Anyway, he's like looking at her sideways, looking at me sideways, so I take my hand and across his back and down and across his back. I went with my hand. He was like, "What the hell did you just do to me?" And I'm like, "That's just the energy I'm producing." And he was like, "Okay." And we went to the crystal shop over by Wild River Country, and she went in and she was looking at these books and these candles and this and that, and I just picked up a crystal off the table out in front of the place and held it in my hand. I closed my hand around it, and the thing shattered. I was like, "Okay," wiped my hand off, and I'm like, "All right." So anyway, a friend of mine, while we were there, let me back up. While we were there, I've seen these cards. This one does readings, this one does tarot cards, this one does this one does that. And I picked up about 4 or 5 of them. Well, I put them in my wallet, didn't think nothing about it, went home. I'm at home and I have this dream. Now, in this dream, I'm running around. Friends and me had went somewhere, and we were staying in a hotel. My truck had been stolen in the dream. So I go to the manager. Manager knows who did it and where they run. So he goes and searches my vehicle while I'm stuck there. Well, I go to get, about 3 hours later, we're checking out. I go up to his wife and I'm like, "Look, I need my truck. Do you know where he is?" She calls him. He tells her. Well, she's dressed scantily in, lingerie and a nightgown. Well, she doesn't change, and we're going in the dream. We're following him, and we go here and there, and somehow we wind up at this coffee shop And in the parking lot, she's making a pass at me, and I'm going, no, not. This ain't the way this works. And all of a sudden, she's gone. Her truck's gone, and I'm in this coffee shop. Now, I'm around all these college kids. As you can tell, I'm not young, okay? And all of a sudden, we get this tornado alert. We look out the window, and this tornado's bearing down on us. So I run into the back of this store. I crawl up underneath the sink. I wrap my arms around the pipe, the drain pipe of the sink. And as the tornado passes, I come out. The building's destroyed. All the people are there. Nobody's hurt. And I look back to my left, and there's a Buddha, a giant Buddha. Now this giant Buddha is got his hand up like he normally does, and one down here, you know, across his belly, and he's holding two tornadoes. And it puzzled me, you know, and it took me a few days, and I asked people, and they said this and they said that, and none of it jived. And then all of a sudden in my head, I heard your Buddha trying to hold on to the past and scared of the future. And that's what the two tornadoes represented. I went, oh, okay. So I gotta quit trying to control myself, when in actuality, control is an illusion at best. I said, okay, got it. Well, I woke up, and in my head I heard, you're gonna call, and you're gonna say, yeah, you've been expecting me to call. Okay, what's this bullshit? Who the hell am I going to call? I wasn't planning on calling nobody. And I'm sitting there, and a couple of days went by, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I opened up my wallet, and I took out the cards, and I started calling. And I said exactly what I was told to say. You were expecting me to call. I went through about 3 cards, and they hung up on me like I was a nutcase. And then I got a hold of Terry Corzin. And she went, yep, yes I was expecting you. And I said, okay, quick question. She went, yes. I said, what in the hell is going on? And she has been my constant companion through this. She has walked me. She's been very patient. She made me join a witch website, which I'm not opposed to. There is no right or wrong religion. There is no absolute one religion that is correct. There is one deity. There is something that made all of us. There is a super consciousness. Yes, we have that spark of divinity in us. Hence why I felt like I was God. Okay. And the reason I'm telling you this is I want you to understand what you're going through. A, you're not alone. B, you're waking up. And C, all of us have different abilities. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. What matters most is the acceptance of who and what you are and running with it. Don't lie about it. Don't exaggerate it. Don't be honest to it. Okay? Few months ago, I'm walking down the road right out here, and all of a sudden my stomach starts turning flips like I'm going to throw up. I mean, it makes me wrench over it so bad. Well, I'm sitting there, and I bend over like to throw up, but it stops, and what I see is that ring right there laying on the ground. Why they made me bend over and get it, it was a gift. That's as simple as it gets. It was a gift. It was a gift from the Fae, and it's not to mark me or to tag me. It's to thank me, because I don't want to see any animal hurt. And when I say I'm Dr. Doolittle, I've had everything come up in my yard, from a chick to a jackass and everything in between. The only thing I haven't had is exotic animals like elephants, giraffes, and all that. You know, there's a lot to be said, and the reason I made this channel is to help those of you that are waking up and may be frightened. Now, when you need help, I hope you will access these videos that I'm making to help you be a better part of yourself. And for now, I love you, each and every one, like I love cheesecake. Y'all have a great day. I look forward to seeing you again. Bye.